Hey guys, this is a experience I had with what I call the smoking ghost. So I smoked at that time, and I had I was out in Woodsley at my boss's where I worked for 3 days. I go out there and work for a few days, and I had a tent, and I put it in the backyard. She lives out in the woods, right? It's like country woods, and it's along a creek, and the creek has a floodplain. So her house was built up on a plateau, the driveway, the house, and the backyard went down into a floodplain. And a piece of the backyard was high, and then when you're cutting the grass, it's a pain in the ass because there's a 5 foot slope, 45-degree slope going down to the floodplain, and then you got like 2 acres of floodplain grass and cleaning up logs and stuff that gets washed out from the winter. But anyway, off the side there's a gazebo. So I put my tent in the gazebo. And so that was the setup. So I'm working one weekend, and all of a sudden I get feels like someone's grabbing at my pockets, like trying to get my wallet. And I'm like, hey, there's nobody there. There's nobody in the whole place. I'm working alone. And for like over and over and over, it felt like someone's grabbed my pockets. So I don't talk to it. I don't do anything. I just ignore it. And I go to bed that night, and I'm in the gazebo in the tent sleeping, and this is before I opened my skins, by the way. I couldn't see nothing. This is before I opened my skins, where I saw the spirit world. So I go into a dream. I'm sleeping in the gazebo in the tent, and I go into a dream, and we're standing in a bar or house, and we're watching the hockey game on this old black and white TV with antennas going. And we're watching a hockey game, and it was Canada against Russia back in the 70s. The Henderson game, when he got the goal, the winning goal for Canada. And he's going, oh, how about that? And there's a guy standing next to me. He goes, hey man, how about that hockey game? He's like, I just watch it over and over and over and over. I love it. I'm like, yeah, man, this is great stuff. I love this. I was there. I was watching it. Like, I was watching the game back in the 70s. And I was a little kid. But, so this guy, I'm in this bar or house, and there's all these people standing around, drinking and smoking. I mean, this guy standing beside me, he's like, oh man, watch this. And I'm like, I know. We're like, wow, And then the guy goes, hey man, you got smoke? And I'm like, no, I don't have a lot left. I'm just doing, hang on. I go, there's a lot of people here. And I didn't. I had like one or two left. So I'm there, and I gotta watch the hockey game, and I got a long way to go. So anyway, he's like, oh, come on, man, give me a smoke. I need smoke. And I'm like, I don't have enough, dude. And then I woke up, and it felt like someone was pulling my feet in my tent. Like, pulling me out of the tent. But not really. It wasn't very good. So basically, I rolled over, went back to sleep, and that was it. The next day, I'm working. Feels like someone's rooting at my pockets, or trying to get my wallet and stuff like that. And same thing happened again. And I put two and two together already. No, I didn't. I didn't put it together. Sorry. So that night, I go back to sleep in the gazebo. And I wake up. I didn't have a dream this time, but I woke up, and there's a ghost pulling my feet, literally, out of my body. I woke up and I'm coming out of my body, and he's pulling me out, pulling my feet out of my body, out of the gazebo, and I pulled myself back in my body, and I'm like, and then I could see him pulling me, right, and so I kicked him in the head. Spiritually, I kicked him in the head. Get the fuck out of here, you son of a bitch! Who are you? And all of a sudden I realized it was the guy who was trying to get my wallet or my cigarettes, and it was the guy in the dream the night before. And so I was getting annoyed, like every night this happened, and the next night, the same thing. And I'm like, I can't take it. So I took my tent and I moved it down in the lower part of the property. And I went to sleep and nothing happened. Not a thing. Couldn't believe it. So I stayed down there because this ghost was driving me nuts. And, and so everything was fine after that. Then it rained and it started getting flooded back there, so I had to put it back in the gazebo. My tent, it's like a North Face tent. It's an all-weather tent. You can sleep in the winter and everything. It's a really good tent, and it cost me like fucking $700. This is back when I had a job, a real job. I still got it today. Anyway, I put it back in the gazebo, and he comes right back and he's pulling my feet, and I'm like, I kick him in the head again. I wake up and he's pulling my feet, and so I said, okay, enough of this, right? And all day long, I could feel this guy grabbing at my pockets when I'm working. So one night I went to bed and I said, hey, you son of a bitch, listen, you ain't getting no fucking cigarette. Get the hell out of here and leave me alone. And that's it. Fuck off. And I said it 100%. Nothing else ever came of that. He left. But I did have visions of him. He was walking down the road back 70 after, obviously after the Henderson game, Canada and Russia. So he was walking down the road back in the 70s, and he got hit by a car and it threw him into the bush. Got sideswiped by a car and it threw him into the bush, and that's where he died. I saw it. I just saw it. I just know it. You know that as soon as he makes contact with you, you can get whatever, right? And so, yeah, so he's just been walking around down here in the lower astral, driving me nuts. Probably a lot of other people too, begging for fucking cigarettes. He's not that guy. He's just, doing his thing. And because he liked hockey. And I always wore my hockey shirts and stuff and talked about hockey. So he probably knew I was into hockey, and he probably liked hockey. There ain't too many Canadians that don't like hockey. I mean, pretty much everyone in Canada is like a hockey fan. So anyway, but it was interesting because he tried to become my buddy. You see how they manipulate you in dream space? He just starts talking to you while you're sleeping. He's like, "Hey man, how about that game?" And we're in a place watching the hockey game over and over and over. The Henderson goal over and over and over, and how high everybody got because it was a big day. It was huge. A lot of stuff went on in that series. Fights and Russians, and even the lights went out. Espionage. The Russians were doing bad things. And, like, covert ops stuff. It was crazy. And anyway, see how he manipulated in the dream? He got me. He goes, well, this is from his point of view. He's like, this guy likes hockey. I'll become his buddy watching a hockey game. We'll become friends. And then I got a lifetime supply of cigarettes, right? Because we're buddies. He's got smokes, right? That's what he tried to do. He tried to get me in there to watch the hockey game. Hey man, And that's usually the way it goes with people. But this is a spirit manipulating you for a drug, cigarettes. And I said, no. So there you go. That's what they do, man. What you gotta do is learn how to catch it when it's happening. You gotta learn to catch it. And so that was another ghosty experience, how they manipulate you and giving them stuff. Crazy. So that one I called the smoking ghost. He wanted cigarettes, and it was pretty interesting how he pulled my feet to pull me out of my body, right? And he only did it when I was on the higher, on the plateau of the property. As soon as I went down, there was nothing, because I had to go down because the guy was driving me nuts. The ghost, and I didn't know how to get rid of him until I told him to fuck off. 100% body, mind, and soul. That's it. Go away. You're never getting a cigarette. Go find someone else. And I never talked to him after that. And, he never came back. So that's another little spiritual experience I had. Yeah, and they'll try to pickpocket you. And it's weird, man. It's weird. You can really feel it. It feels like you're being pickpocketed. Alright, I'm going to have to think of another experience here.